Please read each statement below and choose the answer that best fits your experience during social interactions. I often use words and phrases from movies and TV shows and conversations. Yeah, I do that a lot. There's a snake in my boot. Often don't know how to act in social situations. When I was young, I was like very social. I have social anxiety. I still have social anxiety to this point. I'd rather go out and eat in restaurants by myself with someone than someone I know. That's actually true. True now, mainly. True now. There is this one time where I was very lonely on my on like a certain day, I think in October. And the waiter told me, "Hey, you doing all right?" I was like, "I'm doing fine, man. Just And the waiter's like, "What's up, buddy?" And the waiter legit, and I told the waiter, "Well, there's this girl that I really like, and I wanted to invite her to a restaurant to dinner, but the problem is, like, she kept on like fucking giving me the runaround, and the dude is like, hey, you should call her and tell her to meet you." I was like, nah, but he encouraged me to call her, and I did, and it worked out a little bit. Nothing happened though. We just talked and whatnot because it was her birthday. I cannot imagine what it would be like to be someone else. Oh, that's true today. When I was young too. I usually put myself in people's shoes to see how they feel, just to understand their point of view of stuff. Mainly because the way how they look at the situation could be different from what way I look at it. So yeah, I would say that's true when I was young and today, especially now. If you talk to any of my old classmates, they would say I probably was the nicest person, mainly because I was quiet and I usually would sit with the person that's usually by himself at lunch, and I'll just sit there and eat lunch with them. We usually don't talk. If they want to, I would talk, but that's what I usually do. Why would I do that? I have no idea. Maybe because as a kid, I knew how I was to be alone and no one to talk to. So I usually sit with people because, like, hey man, we could be alone together type beat, you know? It can be very intimidating for me to talk to more than one person at the same 100%. That's that social anxiety coming in, bro. Like, I can talk to one person, all right, but when it comes to like multiple people, like, hey man, Jamal's gonna have to say something, especially when it comes to work. I'd be like, well, that's when like me talking softly comes in. I'm like, what the fuck I'm gonna say? It's like a group project almost. Bro, I hate group projects growing up, man. Not group projects. It's not like a group project. It's more like a solo project, but you have to presentate during the class. And I would get so nervous. And I think the most nervous thing or most embarrassing thing that happened during the projects is like, I get done with the slide and I'd be like, all right, that's it. I just walk to my desk. I never wanted or needed to have what other people call an intimate relationship. I don't need an intimate relationship. I feel like the most, I would say only now. When I was young, yeah, or even during college, I feel like an intimate relationship was needed. But now I'm older, it's like, if you don't like yourself, then what's the point of being in a relationship, right? You first have to like yourself before you can, have a good relationship with yourself. You have to have a good relationship with yourself before you get in a relationship with others, It's very difficult for me to work and function in groups. Now, I do my part, you do your part. We can try to work things out. I'm usually the guy in groups where if no one wants to do it, I'd be like, F it, I'll do it. I think one time in college where there was a history project and we had to talk about a plague that took over Egypt. And we got the filming done in one day, but the project was due like in a few days. So we needed one person to edit. And when the group leader said, hey, who wants to edit this video? No one rose their hand except for me. Right? Like it was like a few minutes, or not minutes, few seconds of silence. And I'm like, I'll do it. the project was up to me. And the funny thing is, I got done with it, but I started adding extra stuff to the edit. Like it was in Premiere Pro and everything. I started adding stuff because I thought this looked cool. I learned how it worked Premiere Pro and whatnot. I'm like, this is really good. Like, I started getting a little too obsessed with the editing process of the history project, where I turned it in like an hour before it was due. But to my surprise, we got like a B plus. And the coolest thing about that whole experience is that the leader came up to me like, "Hey man, you edited that really, really good." And I'm like, "Really?" Like he was very impressed about my editing skills because I got very obsessed about editing. Now the problem with that is it takes me a long ass time to edit videos because I'm obsessed with the littlest details sometimes. Even though I'm still new to it, I'm like, okay, this has to be good. Okay, that cut. Oh, so there's a little bit of silence there. Maybe I cut that out. Like I get too obsessive where I just have to be like, okay, let's let me just watch the whole video. If it's good, if I think it's good, let's just do it. Let's just run it. Because if I obsess with the little things, that video would never get published. I am often told that I ask very embarrassing questions. Oh, 100%. I do it just to mess with people. I tend to point out other people's mistakes. True only now. Oh shit, I got 100. Whoa, I got 100. Oh man, what the? I got 100. What does this mean? So I got 100, so I'm between here, mainly here. So I'm strong indication of autism, although non-autistic may score as high. Okay, that's good to know. So I got 100. It's kind of funny because I got a perfect score. I didn't get a perfect score, but seeing 100 is weird. It's like high school over again. I could be, who knows, really. I think I won't really know until I go to a doctor and they could either confirm or deny that. But taking tests like these is a strong step to see if there's any indication within your life when you was young up till now to see if you have it, autism. So if I was any of you guys that are watching the video, if you made this far, I appreciate it. But don't be afraid to take the test and go see a doctor to see if you have autism, But I recommend anyone to take this test. But until then, I'll catch you guys next time in the next video. Peace.